He wants to lead you in truth, and you've got to trust that the Spirit of God in you is leading you to truth. Now, for example, let's look at Joseph. Joseph was a shepherd, and he dreamed of sheaves, sun, moon, and stars bowing down to him. And that was in Genesis 37, 1 through 11. Now, these were images surround a shepherd boy. You know, of course, he would dream of stars, moons, and sheets and stuff because he lived in fields. Now, you look at Nebuchadnezzar's dreams, and you see that he dreams of statues of gold. We see that in Daniel 2, verse 31, which, you know, statues of gold is what surrounded kings and palaces.
Right.
So God spoke to them in their dream language, in their cultural, economic, socio, in that type of language, what they were used to. God's going to meet you where you're at, and he's going to speak to you in what you can understand, and we have to trust that he cares for our heart as much as we do, as much as we want the truth. Number 3, the dream generally speaks of the concerns which are on your heart that you're currently facing. So we always want to ask, what issue was I processing the day before that I had this dream? For example, Paul was wondering where to go on his next missionary journey, remember? And then he had a dream of the Macedonian man motioning for him to come over. Well, what was he thinking about? He was wondering where to go. So God answered him based on the issue that he was facing at that time in his life. We see that in Acts 16, 6 through 11. Now, Nebuchadnezzar was thinking of his kingdom would go on forever, right? And that was what he was pondering on. That's what he was meditating on in his heart in Daniel 4, verse 28. And he had a dream of a tree being chopped off at the roots, because that was what he was believing. And that's where God came to answer him about the issue on his heart. So the 7th principle, before we carry on with the dreams, is don't steer your ship on dreams. And what I mean by that is don't make major life decisions because you had a dream. You've got to make sure that that it's confirmation, that God is speaking to you, that you at least have 3 of the confirmations on the revelatory continuum. And that revelatory continuum really is, it's that small still voice, illuminated scripture, wise counsel, dreams, anointed reasoning, situational prophecy. Maybe a prophet comes, maybe you've taken away in a vision or a translation, but at least have 3 of those on that revelatory continuum before you make any major life decisions, right? So important. We do not steer our ship because of a dream. Now, if you had 3 dreams of the exact same thing, I'm going to say that's pretty good confirmation that this is what you should be doing, right? But don't wake up from a dream and it says that, you know, in the dream you left your husband and moved to India and left your kids. And so, 1, it's not biblical. 2, we don't make major life decisions without confirmation, and probably that dream was symbolic and not literal. And wise counsel would have helped you figure that one out, right?